Hey guys, Dan from Old and Mr. Graham back once again with another debunking ghost videos and the paranormal with logic. As always, if you want to go to the first clip, go to this sign here. Oh shit, I got a really creaky chair. I gotta buy a new one. I need a new chair. I'm late making this, so I'm late in the night. I never make these videos late at night because not because it's spooky. It's because I'm usually tired. I need to go to bed. And I've shaved. My Viking beard is gone. It will be back. but yeah, we have 3 clips today. One from Nuke's top 5. 2 from Frostmare. The Frostmare one's is insane. But one is like clear, like a paranormal video. The other 2 are more sciencey type ones, but they were in the top 10. Bloody super scary, spooky. No, sorry, the other one's from Slapnam. So we got one with Slapnam, one with Frostmare, and one from Nuke's top 5. I'm going to start off with the big one, because this one is a good one. I must admit, it's bloody good, right? His name is Tim. I hope I'm saying this. I'm probably saying it wrong, actually. He's a Russian YouTuber called Tim Morozov. Probably saying that wrong. But he goes to abandoned, haunted places. And if you watch his videos, he's the most haunted guy in the world. He goes to places and knives are being thrown at him, cameras are being thrown, chairs are being thrown. It's insane. The insanity being thrown at him in every single video. He is the most haunted guy in the world. Or is he? So I started going through his videos, because I saw this on Nuke's top 5. And like I said, it's bloody good, right? It's really well done. He goes on his own. And all manner of insanity happens to him. And they are quite creepy. But I've watched quite a few now. And I'm convinced he has someone there with him. Even maybe 2 or 3 people. But you never see them, right? So I can't prove that. That is one thing. I can't prove that part, right? But that's my theory. So I was going through clip after clip after clip, and I was all this insane stuff happening, and it was really hard to find anything until one clip. I came to one clip when I saw it. I finally saw it. And this is something I've always said. You could go through 100 videos of one YouTuber's paranormal or whatever, 100 videos of YouTuber's paranormal experience. If you can't find nothing, but you find one clip, even if it's like a 30-second clip, which you find to be bogus, that puts the other 99 videos as bollocks. That's my thing. You lie once, the rest of your videos are bullshit. That's where I think, right? That's where I always stand with, and that's where I always lean to, I should say. So yeah, I found one clip in his video. But first of all, right, I was going through his videos, and one suspect thing, there's a couple of questions I had asked myself. One of his videos had this thumbnail, and it's a thumbnail of him with his hands up, and there's a chair either flying away from him or flying towards him, right? So I thought, Christ, I can't wait to see that piece of footage. So I watched that entire video. It's not in there. So I thought maybe it's like a prelude to the video afterwards. So I watched the entire video afterwards. It's not in there. That thumbnail doesn't exist in any of his videos whatsoever. And the light which is pointing at him is off his other camera, which he's usually holding. So that camera is stage pointed up, and he's probably throwing the chair, right? So that's one question I answered myself, and I thought that's a bit of a fib, if you ask me, because that thumbnail doesn't exist in any of his videos. So that was one thing. And then, like I said, I started going through all his clips, and he's got a lot. And then I came to this one. And I'm going to show you the full clip first. So basically, he's in one of the rooms, and he starts to hear the cupboard door opening. Now this cupboard door opened before in another video of his, and he turns around and he hesitates a bit and then he walks towards it. Okay, so what I did, because the first thing I noticed was just before he turns around, if you look at the cupboard area, which hopefully I've highlighted, the cupboard door area I should say, the shadow behind it gets lighter just before it opens. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Split the footage side by side because you see two versions of this. You see the first one, which is black and white, and you see him turn around to the cupboard. And then it basically shows a replay from his chest camera, because he's wearing a chest camera as well. And it's just showing a different angle of the same footage. And just as he turns, obviously the cupboard door is already stopped. So a few things I noticed. I've put up a side by side and I've matched them up to the second, exactly when he turns. So when he turns and he looks at the cupboard door, in the black and white version, he turns and he's literally stood still, like that. He doesn't move, looking at the door, right? Looking at my head, how weird my head looks with no beard, but we'll forget about that. So he's turned and he's frozen still, looking at the cupboard door. But then when it shows in the replay from his chest camera, if you look at the color mode version on his chest camera, he turns and you can see from his shadow that he sort of leans that way and his head moves to the left. Now you don't see that happening in the black and white version of the fixed camera position. So basically what I think has happened there, he's reenacted him turning around twice, and I'll tell you why. So if we go back to the original black and white first part of the footage where it says if you look at the shadow behind the cupboard door, just before it opens it goes that little bit lighter. It's not that as noticeable, but if you look it is noticeable. And basically, to me, what that means is before he turns around, that cupboard door is already open. The door was already opened by him. But the reason for that is when you see the shadow go that slightly bit lighter and then the door opens, it's been masked in. The door is already open before he turns around. He's already recorded that door as closed, and then he's gone sat by it somewhere, and then he's masked himself out and he's opened the door. But the reason the shadow goes lighter just before the door opens is because he transitions that masking. Like for example, this microphone right there. I masked that a few seconds ago. You probably didn't notice it. But if I just go, oh, my arm disappears. It's because I've masked it in with the transition. Obviously I'm not masking my arm out now, but that's basically what it is. He's transitioned a mask using a smooth transition. And that's why the shadow gets lighter just before the door opens, because the lightness of the shadow is because the door was closed and then he masked in the opening door. Sounds complicated, trust me, that's what's happening. But yeah, so from seeing those big massive fibs in that one clip, I can disregard this entire YouTube library now as the same bullshit. Like, if you want, obviously I've linked his YouTube down. It is good. I'm not knocking it. It is entertaining. It's quite spooky. I'm not knocking that part, but there's fibs involved. That's all I'm saying. He's quite good at what he does. Like I said, I'm convinced he has other people there with him, even though he says he goes to these places on his own. Because there's other things which, now think about it, right? There's other things which happen in his video, which they either one, a poltergeist, or two, there's someone pulling things off camera. Now it's up to you what you want to think of that, but I'm leaning towards there's someone off camera pulling things. But like I said, from that one clip, I can pretty much assure myself that the rest of it is bullshit. And yeah, and that was an elaborate explanation for that 1 30-second clip, but it needed to be. Okay, this next one is mind-blowing. This was on King Frostmares. And when I first saw it, I thought it was a video I'd already debunked a few months ago. It's about a person going to Gettysburg, and he's filming the cannons at the side of the road. Now I done a similar video of this, or debunked a similar video of this, sorry, a few months back, where people were driving up to these cannons, and they saw a ghostly figure walk behind it. But then I pointed out that it was just a double exposure. They'd stopped and recorded themselves walking around and downed the opacity a bit. So I thought this was the same one, but then I realized it's not. This is mind-blowing. It blows my mind that this is in a top 10, to be honest with you, but I thought I'll include it. The driver, he's pulling up to the cannons, and he's adjusting his camera at the same time. And then a ghostly apparition, as he pulls up, goes across the camera. Now, this was in newspapers. This was on media outlets. And like I said, Frost May put this up as paranormal. But I looked closer. It's bird shit. Or something. It's a stain on his bloody window. Because if you look at his windscreen, the bottom of his windscreen, it moves in tandem with the ghostly stain on his window. I mean, how can you not see that? Like, this is something I would put in one of my top 10 stupid videos, not let alone a debunking video, but I had to include it because it was in the top 10 spooky channels. It's this stuff like this blows my mind. Blows my mind. But it always blows my mind that footage like this is put up as paranormal. But there are people out there who believe that shit. And I don't mean paranormal. What I mean is they believe that bird shit stain on the window screen is paranormal. Could be ghostly poop. I don't know. Right? It could be. I don't know. It's mind-blowing. Anyway, moving on. before my mind explodes from the ghosts. And this last one, I had to include this because this was on Slapped Hams. And this isn't so much paranormal. He put it up on unexplained spooky videos, but this is nothing to do with paranormal. This is just science, okay? But I thought I'd include it as a little fun little last clip. And it's footage of a tanker imploding. Now, don't get me wrong, that's scary shit. But basically what has happened is air pressure, right? Slapped Ham puts it down to, what did he say? What did he say? Something along the lines of, or some people think it might be a difference in pressure. It is a difference in pressure. I've seen this happen firsthand. In the company I work for, it's a printing company. But they also use these resin barrels. And the machine basically pulls the resin out, but they're like 240 kilo barrels. Now they're big, they're full of resin, and they're pressurized. And the machine basically pulls resin out of them to put on other things. But there's also another pipe coming from the barrel, which keeps the pressure the same. Which basically pressurizes the barrel. And if it didn't have that, and it didn't, this one pipe was blocked one day about 2 years ago, and it imploded. Now, the sound when that happened, I was in the room when it happened, and to say a little poop might have come out is an exaggeration. I shit myself. Not literally, I didn't literally shit myself, but it made, there was 3 of us in the room, it made us jump, it made the entire factory jump. It was sounded like an explosion, but it was basically the drum, because it got so empty, it was like that much resin at the bottom of the barrel, and then it depressurized, or quickly depressurized, because the outside pressure was different to the inside pressure because it was sucking out all the air, basically. And that's what happened there. With these tankers, they're pressurized. The same as like when astronauts go into the capsule, the cabin, they have to pressurize the cabin, because if they don't, when they get up there, their bloody lungs will explode or something. Same when deep sea divers go in, or submarines go go down really deep. They have to pressurize to equalize the pressure to the atmosphere of pressures they're at. I'm saying this completely wrong, but basically what's happened there is the pressure inside the tank was different from the outside pressure, and that's why it crashed. It's science. And I've also included a bit of footage of Mythbusters themselves doing the exact same experiment. Go look at it, it's quite cool. I know that's not paranormal, but I just wanted to include that because I saw it up on Slapped Hands videos, unexplained, and I thought it's very explainable, even though I didn't explain it that well. And that is it. I always say it's short. It's not short. I just looked at the time of how long I've been talking for because of that first clip. But let me know in the comments if you think I'm full of shit, or if you agree with me, or if you think I look weird without a beard. Have I got a marble head or a baked bean head? I don't know. So yeah, that's. I hope you enjoyed that one. And yeah, I'm hoping to have a few more videos out in the next week or so. It's getting busy in work again, trying to keep up with videos. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. I do these quite often. Leave a sub if you're new to this channel. I do these quite often. I said I do these quite often twice. Alright, I'm going. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.